Welcome everybody to 48 Talk, episode number 23. I am your host, Rach Bully, as always. Joining me this time is the usual crowd of DXTakamina on the right, Derek on the left bottom, and Yeho on the bottom right. Greetings, everyone.
Yo, 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 yo.
Sup? Sup?
Alright, so Derek, we missed you last week.
I missed you guys too, but I did listen as a fan, and it was very fun. I was like a AKB member in the stands of a concert.
It was a problem episode though, since there wasn't much news. Same as this week though. But let me know. Do you have some topics you want to talk about? If we get right into it.
Yeah, there won't be any problems. I can go on forever, but I won't. But I definitely got some stuff to talk about. But one thing I did want to say, and you guys have been so very patient and very graceful about it, and here it finally is I finally finished my top 10 best AKB concert DVDs for all to enjoy. And you guys get a chance to check it out by any chance?
Yeah,
Absolutely. It took me about 2 hours since I'm a slow reader.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a novel. It's a novel.
But I love your points on it. They're spot on and well explained. So for people who have no clue how concerts are, this is a very, very good read. Just if you imagine like how an AKB concert should be, these top 10 are definitely it, and show a lot of part of history. But go ahead, Derek. You have something to explain about the concert.
Yeah, no, I was just curious what you guys thought about. Like, a lot of it was my opinion, obviously, because I mean, any time you do any of these lists, it's all subjective. But I would say I had a lot of fun going through all my DVDs when I did it, and one thing that I found that I wanted to talk about was that if you're an AKB fan and you've been a fan for some time, every one of us each has our own moments that we really love, and all of it always goes back to the concerts. Now, for some of us, it's variety that really have caught us into AKB, and that's fine. I think in most cases, the majority of us entered AKB via the variety path, more specifically AK Bingo. Yeah, same here. But I have found, and I mentioned this in my posts, that as the years have gone by, I've more gone towards the concerts, just because I don't know, the music means so much to me now, and I think when you look at my list, a lot of it reflects what I love as far as concert wise. But I also wanted to kind of pay tribute to the history of AKB. And if you were a fan, what should be your top 10? And if you're a beginner in AKB, what you could check out that would give you a pretty good idea. And my question to you guys is, out of the stuff on my list, what were the ones that you really thought should be there and why? Because I'm curious.
For me personally, it would probably be the number 10 actually, because I've actually attended that concert myself, and I really have special memories, because it was
Matsurena's graduation concert.
Yep, 2588. I've attended both days, and I consider myself very privileged to be able to actually be in the stands during the goodbye of Matsurena from SKE48. And after the day 2 concert, it was like, I'm never going to forget this moment. It was so touching, and it felt so humble for me. I felt really humbled about the whole graduation thing. I was like, wow, that I was actually able to get the ticket for that day, because it was one of the hardest tickets to get.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. It actually kind of skews my whole argument that they don't let foreigners into concerts anymore. But that's a whole other thing. But I would say, like, big concerts, that is. I would say, though, one of my favorite parts in the arena concert was when they went into the stands, because there's very few DVD concerts where they showcase that. I can probably count on one hand how many times I remember the AKB girls getting into the group, the audience, but usually they're in carts or they're very protected.
Exactly.
But the girls in SKE, they're right there. And didn't you have an experience with one of them?
Yep, actually got Godosaki to actually pose for my camera. I was like, okay, sure, I'll take a picture. Like, click. Wow.
That's so amazing.
Every fan was jealous at me. I was like, what? I just everyone was looking at me, and why is she posing for you?
They done that.
Well, they were probably jealous, but the reality is it could have been them if they would all have put their phones down, because that was the one thing I did comment a lot, was that everybody there, like, you have all these great members right in front of you, and they're the phone, let's record,
exactly.
It's like do it for take your picture, maybe record for a few seconds, then put your phone away and
Yeah,
experience
exactly.
the concert, man.
Exactly.
Like if I had Miyazawa Sai like right in front of me, like she was that one fan, and she's sticking a microphone in my face, I'd be singing along, I'd be dancing. And you could see right next to when that happened, phone, and I'm like, dude, there's Miyazawa Sai right in front of you. And Rena, look at Rena, like she was all up in people's faces, like her.
Yep.
Fiora Hatanayo, she was really engaging the
Yeah.
fans. Churi, of course, because it's Churi, and then and Miyazawa, and I'm just like, you have some of the best, most gankiest members of any AKB48 group, and yep, phone. I just
exactly.
wanted to go.
I get why people want it. They want the memory of like instead of showing it back on a DVD or that like I was
Sure.
here. But do that at the start of the concert
Yeah,
or maybe at
exactly.
one of the moments,
Exactly.
but not all the time. It's like
No.
you see so many, and sometimes it's interesting. It's like when they use their camera phone with the lights and there are no
Yeah,
lights
that's
on. Then
cool.
you can see like
Yeah.
this whole stargazing stuff like that. That's okay, but there are times where just put the phone away and just enjoy. You paid a lot of money to see this with your eyes and listen to it with
Yeah.
your ears,
Exactly.
not with the device.
No,
Yeah.
But yeah.
to go back to the whole picture thing, I was actually putting my camera in my back pocket when she got up to my face. I was like, "No, take another picture of me. I'll pose for
Well,
you."
that's
Like,
fine. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
if she's requesting,
asking
that's
for it,
that's a whole
yes.
different
Yeah.
thing. But I would say the real reason I think you like this DX, and just correct me if I'm wrong, it's because you're famous, because you're in it. So I mean, I understand. Let's be honest. Because if anyone doesn't know this, you can actually see DX, like he's in a couple of the shots. I want to say you're in more than one, because I'm going to go back and look to be sure.
Uh-oh.
But now that I know where to find you, I'm going to be looking. But it's
Okay.
you're definitely in the one shot. So
No, it's in multiple shots. He was on the HKT48 to theater show, was also on stream clearly to see
Yeah,
it like on
yeah,
front.
yeah.
Like, oh,
this
there he is.
guy,
Like amazing stuff like that.
DX,
But
so jealous of you.
you said that was amazing that they were in the crowd, and recently AKB did it. No, well, this year, not very recently. They also did the Thanksgiving concert, and they had their special moments. Like fans were in certain areas, certain aisles that were especially made for one of the members. So you had like the Okada aisle and the Kochimaru aisle and even Pararu aisle like that. They come up very close, like very next to you, and yeah, I like that. I like when they do that more.
Yeah, exactly.
I saw the videos for that. Actually, there's so many on YouTube that people posted,
Yeah.
and I thought it was great. But I think it's kind of a newer thing in the AKB universe, because I remember there's one specific shot. I want to say of Yukirin at one of the Tokyo Dome concerts, not the first one, but I think it's the second or third one they did. And she's like right in a fan's face, and she's like, I think she grabbed his light blade and like kissed it, and then like gave it back to him.
Wow.
And I'm like, like Yukirin, like you're amazing. And she was right there in their face. But again, you can count on one hand how many times that's happened. Yeah. Phone.
So imagine Ukraine is in your face and you're looking at her like this. It's like,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
hi. It's like I
That's
want
kinda
to
see,
nuts.
if I was you, Karen, I would have taken the phone, I would have turned it off, put it in his pocket, and then I would have just danced. I would have been dancing
Yeah,
with
yeah,
that
yeah,
person.
yeah.
Would be
Because I'd want them to
This is
understand.
like a lot of
you're in a
waving, you
concert.
know.
Yeah, like come on, like I'm here. Like why are
Like
you gonna do
I'm
that?
here for you. That's what it
Why are you
seems. Like.
filming this?
So sorry for that little rant, but yeah, no,
Don't worry.
I'm
I
glad you
totally
went to
get
that.
it.
Like, what about you, Robin? Because you said you checked it out. Did you have a particular favorite on that list too?
Oh, there are a lot of them. Like you said,
Cool.
first I got into AKB
Okay.
because of AK Bingo, watching 200 episodes in a week. But then I gradually got into the songs, into the concert. But the first one that really stuck to me was the 2013 Tokyo Dome tour, Omanatsu Summer
Oh,
Tour.
well,
I
not so
think.
don't.
Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah.
So
Mhm.
with the graduations one by
Five
one.
Dome Tour.
Yeah, with Akimoto Sayaka. There are some songs in there, you know, and then the build up when the props with the like what do you call those in English again? I forgot those. Like Those-
What's the Dutch name?
hangers, I think. Like these
Air
it's
balloons?
containers, shipping
Oh,
containers.
containers. Yeah, shipping
Yeah,
containers.
They
Right.
used a lot like that, like when it puts up all high and exploded, and no one's in there, stuff like that, and they used the fire and the metal, and like they really performed like a big show. You know, there was a theme to it, And with the songs combined into it, well, one of the best moments I think is still Blue Rose.
Yeah.
Not performed by
Yeah.
Akimoto Sayaka though, but it was with Yamamoto Sayaka, Nakanishi Chiori, Inuyama Anna, and I'm forgetting number 4.
Gold.
Yeah, I actually
Yeah.
mentioned that that Anna didn't even look human there.
Yeah, it
Well,
was
true.
great, but
True.
She looked too much like an angel. Like she looked like
Yeah.
Yayo right now.
Exactly.
Yayo might be a little hotter. So sorry.
no, but on your list, I think I agree full-heartedly with the top 5. Just
Right
the,
on.
the number 1 spot, spoiler alert, is just Tokyo Dome for the first time, the 2012. It's just there was so much importance in there. It was not only Achan's graduation, but the first time
they
in
went-
Tokyo Dome,
they-
like a celebration of from where they started to where they go.
Yeah, I'm
That
still
whole
kicking myself
concert.
in that. I'm still kicking myself in that for not
Yeah.
attending.
The
'cause I
shuffle,
was
the
actually
shuffle.
in Japan at
That,
time.
the shuffle indeed
Yeah,
is
indeed.
one of the still I can't watch this shuffle without tearing up. The
Yeah.
emotions it goes there,
Yeah.
like the Team 4 disbanding,
Bad,
the people transferring, plus the graduation. It's like there were so many tears, and they're like, all right,
what's going on? Yeah.
let's continue the concert. And one of the, well, if not the best performance of Omoide no Hontonowa, I think. I'm really butchering
Wait,
that
I
name.
think you're right. I think you're right.
Yeah, but one of the best performances with Takamina and Achan during that moment.
Oh, beautiful.
There are so
There-
many songs in that concert that are like, if you're not an AKB fan yet, this is one of the important concerts to watch if you are really a fan or getting into AKB. But other
Yeah,
than that,
there-
yeah. Go ahead, Derek.
No, sorry. So sorry. I just want to interject to say I was going to say in the documentary, was it like No Flower Without Rain?
Yeah.
There and when they're doing the whole behind the scenes, like, and they did it very well with the whole shuffle. There's a moment with Akicha and Kitarie, and they're
Oh
walking.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
And they're trying to keep it cool, and they're like, well, at least you can cook Akicha, and you're gonna have good food. And then they just break down.
Heads
that
to each
part-
other on the shoulders
Oh,
and just.
man.
Every time I see it, like, the floodgates
Ouch,
open.
yeah.
I'm really thinking
Drop
about
it.
it now. Is with Oshima Yuko is and backstage. You hear her just with a high voice, Sai-chan, and just
Yeah.
she's losing it, and I'm like, oh, I hate this shuffle so much. Everything
Yeah.
worked out in the end, but
Well,
just
it did.
imagine if you were there, and as a fan, it's like,
Exactly.
what is happening? Like Team
Exactly.
4 is
Why are
now
they doing
gone,
this?
and people are out. It's like, I hate this shuffle so much. It's like,
Yeah,
what
pretty
were they
much.
thinking? You know what? Let's put Mayu in Team A. And she's
Yeah.
like, what?
What?
It's like,
Wait, speaking of that, Mayo, I was about to say it.
yeah.
They actually forgot to
Yeah.
say Mayu's name.
Yeah.
At
Oh
the
yeah,
end.
They
yeah.
forgot
that
her
was
name.
funny.
She's like, how about me? What name am I?
Togisaki is like, oh, sure,
yeah, your teammate.
Oh yeah, teammate, goodbye. See you later,
You
peace
can
out.
tell they didn't do many announcements before. There was another part of your list with the announcement of Achan's graduation. The first time the Saitama Super Arena, the first time
Saitama
Yeah, Saitama. Yeah.
they had the big concert that they were definitely not ready for, since the
Oh.
multiple collapse in the day one performance got scolding by Akimoto.
Yep.
Like passing out, hyperventilation, stuff like that. But the thing is with the announcement there with Jurina becoming a AKB member, they forgot to mention Kenyin. So they announced it first that Jurina was going to AKB and Milky was going to AKB, and like, oh yeah, by the way, these positions are Kenyin, so you have double positions. Like, great. Could have said that maybe a few minutes earlier before she broke down on the ground like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's like, how about not giving me a heart attack?
Yeah, correction to you, Robert. It was at the
Yeah.
the Seibu Dome.
I'm
Sorry,
mixing the
Pass,
concerts
yeah.
up. Yeah.
That's okay. But Saitama, yeah, no, like watching Dorina, like that was another really heartbreaking moment because when you watch the behind the scenes, like she actually had to like be like not hospitalized, but she had to go and get help because it was like such a shock to her. But then look at her, true pro that she is next day, like
Yep.
like I'm cool.
Right.
I mean, she knows how to do the idol thing so well.
Mm.
And again, I really gave her a lot of compliments throughout my list because the more I see her grow as an idol, the more I think she really fully embodies AKB48 as a group nowadays, especially because she's one of the last standing longtime members. I mean, I look at her like right up next to Michan as, I mean, she's one of the old guard, and I hope she said she's not going to leave for a few more years. Let's hope she means that. But when you see her way back then, here's the captain of, SKE, and yep, you're going to go to Team K, and it's like, what? And just, I can't even imagine the shock, because I honestly don't think she was told that beforehand.
No,
and
they never do.
Nope.
Yeah. Like, it's just, because I know, like, with Akicha, I don't think she knew she was going to JKT, but I know, like, Miyazawa did know she was going to Shanghai, and because she talked about the fact that they told her that, and that was actually, I think, her idea.
Yeah.
But with Akicha, you could see the deer in the headlights look on her face, like, what just happened? And then it's like, okay, let's do it, I guess. But Jirina back then at Saitama, yeah, no freaking clue. Milky was like, okay, like, she seemed like she was cool with it. But Jirina, that was huge. I mean, she's the captain. It was a big deal. Now it seems like it's not so much a big deal when they do shuffles because they seem to all handle it fairly well.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe we'll have another big huge shuffle and it's gonna get real crazy.
hope so.
Still waiting for it.
You're still waiting for it. Yep.
You still have Kohaku and
Right.
request
Yeah.
hour.
Yeah, request hour is
Right.
next
Right.
year. Is next year. So no, it still needs to be happening at Kohaku. That's the last chance.
Kohaku
Yeah.
can do it. Yeah.
Yep.
So I don't know. Yayo, did you have anything on that, or did you get a chance to check the list out? I didn't ask. I'm sorry. Or do you have a particular concert?
Cause like you talk about it, like the
Mm.
Tokyo Dome concert was so funny. Like the Super Saitama when Achan,
Mhm.
I actually cried when Achan said that. Cause like
Mm.
I was like 3 months behind. Cause like I was like I was waiting like in Twitter. It's like Achan. Then like after 3 months later, I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
3 months later, I'm like, crap, it's happening.
Yep.
It sits in, right? I mean, it's like,
Yeah.
when I got into the fandom, it was right as Achan graduated. It was August of that year, and then it didn't hit me until about a year later. Once I became well versed in AKB, I went back and saw that, and I watched the Saitama. Yeah, it brought me to absolute tears because it's like Achan represented so much of AKB in those early years, And then I divide it like it's the Achan era, the Yuko era, and the Sashi era. We're in the Sashi era still, but and Takamina is like the thread between them all. And of course she's just sort of like the behind the scenes mom that is never gonna get the real credit she probably deserves. But Achan made AKB, and then Yuko took AKB to the next level, and Sashi has
even
blown
further,
AKB up.
Yeah.
Sashi just made AKB the dominant power horse that it is, if we want to look at it like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I tried with my concert list to do that. My particular favorite of that list was Budokan because I just think it was the most stylish, like best it was filmed beautifully. All the groups they did such an amazing job with the performances, and I even got to hear Darkness, which you just never
cool.
get to see perform
Yeah.
live.
Yeah.
And it was amazing.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeho,
Oh
you
my
need to drop down a
God.
bit.
Hmm?
Sorry. There you
Oh
go.
yeah.
Thank you.
There we go. Thank you, Yayo. No, like it just when you watch Darkness, it's just like why is this not done every single concert? It was so good.
Maybe because that's the reason. It's special when they do
It
Darkness.
needs to stay. Yeah, it needs to stay special. I would say. I would guess.
Darkness is this one song that when you hear that those first two notes and it's like oh no it's coming.
Yep,
We didn't heard it in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
but there's a difference between making it special and just being a jerk and not ever playing it. It's kind of like when SKE does 1, 2, 3, 4 Yoroshiku, and I'm like yes, and then it's like the 30-second version where they cut out every single part, and I'm like, what are you doing? This is like the best SKE song. Well, it's one of them, but it's just they never do it anymore. But I understand because you have 400 freaking songs or whatever, and
Right now, I think they have about
It's a lot.
1,500 something. So.
Oh, geez. Okay, I'm off by a few hundred there,
Wow.
but yeah. But you give. I mean, but it's still. It's like songs like Darkness, or even like Dear My Teacher. Like Dear My Teacher was so big, like back in the theater days. If you read the Stage 48 like forums, it seemed like Dear My Teacher was like the rare song that when it got played, people lost their minds because they just never played it. And then I've seen it a few times on my concert list, and whenever it gets rolled out, of course everyone goes nuts. But it's also a great song, you know, because the middle part, the chorus is so catchy, you know. So, but Budokan was amazing. Like it.
I do have a bone to pick with you though on your list.
Please pick away.
With HKT48, with the concert, I forgot the name because it was very long and weird.
It's the one with Sashi in a bikini.
Yes, definitely.
That's what I gotta say.
So first of all, it's funny that the girl who got injured by the dinosaur, she rolled with it. It's like every time something bad happens with AKB, with a certain member, the certain member just takes the bad and turns it to a positive because she used that suit on Junken with the dinosaur head, and she used it on multiple occasions.
Tomoyoshi! Revolution!
Yeah! After Revolution!
Revolution!
So that's funny about that. But my gripe with you is what you said about Moriyasu Madoka.
Oh. Okay.
Ah, okay.
You're saying she's one of the less prettier girls in HKT48, and I disagree wholeheartedly. She is so beautiful.
That's cool.
Like even past few weeks ago with Odakake when she was just playing the piano and just looking into the camera, just stuff like that. She has this appeal, but I get that. I understand what you're saying, but I disagree with it.
No, it's just my opinion. I mean, I think Tani Mark is the most prettiest girl. So what does that say about me? I mean, come on. Like she would never be put in that discussion of most prettiest members. But I think Tani has she's just the most attractive girl in the world. But then I look at Madoka and everybody would think she's not or she's not like she should never be excluded from a conversation regarding most prettiest members of AKB48. But when I look at her, I just cannot even for life me see any bit of attraction. That's just me though. But see, everyone's different. You know what I mean? Like I said, I like Tani, and most people will be like, Tani, really? Like, come on. Or like most people, like if you say like Kaltan is pretty, most people would laugh and be like, oh, you're just being nice. When she's clearly not exactly model looking, but everybody has their different things. Like, Yayo, who do you think is the prettiest? And don't say Kojimako, please. Like, who do you think, if aside from your Oshi, if you didn't have to pick your Oshi, who would you say is a really good candidate for an attractive member of AKB48? I'm curious what you have to say.
Probably like Yukurin or Mayu.
Okay, so he goes more traditional. DX, what about you?
Anin.
Anin, of course. And
Anin is very strong.
Undoubtedly. And Robin.
Yeah, Fujita Nana on that part.
Ah, yeah, God, sure. Don't even get me started on her. But okay, so you guys have all picked pretty traditional beauties in AKB. In fact, if I were to make a top 10 beauty list, all of them would probably be on it that you just mentioned, all of them. Mm-hmm. So in my case, it's more like if you look at I made a list similar. Like it's one of my very first lists. I think it is my first list I ever made. I didn't have any of them on there. None of that you said.
Okay.
So I tend to go for maybe girls that aren't like in that discussion. Like I had Okada Nana in there like when I made that a couple years ago, and now she's only recently I think maybe entering into that discussion of prettiest members. But I saw her as pretty years ago when maybe that wasn't a discussion. So I guess I'm different, you know. Interesting.
No, I understand. It's just like I wasn't taking that seriously, but I was thinking like, thinking Moriyasu Madoka. I actually like her, but I understand what you mean about appeal. It's just it feels like she is like hiding herself at some points. Like I think she can do more if she was able to step up more. She has this personality to do stuff.
You mean
but
like get her face in the camera more? You would say. Or...
Yeah, she's already getting herself out there, but I can feel she can do more. She's holding herself back.
She's a backseat member. She's not like HKT is so many powerhouse Genki girls. They're all crazy. Every one of them's nuts, like literally, and they're just great. And that's why HKT is leading the group. It's because they have such like younger appeal. Moria, like Madoka, she just kind of just chills in the back. She's like, I'm cool here. Like I don't got to show off. And that is cool. That is an attractive charm point. But I don't think it helps you in a group like AKB48 because you got to be in people's faces for people to know you. Now, don't get me wrong. She's talented. She's a pianist. She looks very much like Yayo, and see, this actually, I'm glad you did that because Madoka does not do that kind of stuff like what Yayo did. All the other members do that kind of stuff. She doesn't.
That's what Yayo did. That was a Tani stuff thing. Tani always. Every time, yes. Every time she shows up for the first time with the camera, she will just go very close by. It's like, I'm Tani, hi. Like holding the camera as well.
Love it. I love it. And Madoka would never do that. I actually had, like, somebody very close to me, I got in this huge discussion about Madoka one day. Actually, it was a couple months ago, and almost got to fighting words because she was just like, you don't understand. She's so pretty. You can't, how could you even begin to say that? Look at her. And I'm like, it's just my opinion. Like,
really, it's so hard to talk about. Well, it's not bad talking, it's bad mouth. It's just you notice something, you have an opinion. It's like, well, maybe she could do this better, or this. I don't agree with how about this. It's like I got flamed when I talk bad about Paruru. It's like this whole Paruru army came on me on stage 48. It's like no, you don't understand. She's like, wow, like whoa. It's like I just don't agree what she did. It's like. But okay, I get it. It's like Paru's fine. It's like no hate.
Let her come on our show and talk because like how much we all have really good opinions about her. I think we've definitely put Paru in her place on this show, and I think she deserves everything she got coming to her with comments because come on, let's just be honest. You know, it's Paru. You're gonna be salty. This is what's gonna happen.
There's no hate. I don't hate Paru. I like her.
No,
it's
no
fine.
hate at all. Right. But come on, you're
I love her in Nasi Goreng. Nasi Goreng's awesome.
Yeah, the Dacho Club showed up, so I'm just wondering how's that going.
Yeah. So anyway, So that I'm just glad you brought that up. I will say I did find it funny on the HKT concert that the one girl with the most probably musical talent didn't do any instruments on that part with the brass band because I was thinking Madoka like why she's got the most talent like
same I don't know why they do that. It's same with Yamamoto Sayaka with Give Me Fives. Like put her in the background.
Yeah, like let's put her in the back when she can actually wail on the guitar. But instead you have Takamina who almost didn't do the solo correctly on the Saitama itself. And when she did, she had that
ding,
and she's like
and she's like, I'm playing. It felt the same time with Tsubasa Irenai when Mion is like on the guitar. It's like you need to put it like this. It's like, I'm getting it. No, you're not. You're not even a hard player.
No, you're not. Like the guitar. Yeah, totally agree. Yeah, so I don't know that's kind of basically what I was just thinking about a lot this week. So I don't know. I'm glad you guys had.
No, but I love your list. Like I plug almost every week.
Thank you. That took forever.
It's a long list. It's a long read, but there's a lot of information in it. And if you want more information, you should definitely read this because there's a lot of history in those top 10. And I was thinking, is there a concert? I'm like thinking, well, it should be on there. There may be one, but technically it doesn't differ too much to the. It's Tokyo Dome 2014. There is a part in Tokyo Dome 2014. They had like this whole segment, and DX, you were there, right?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
I had that concert on my list.
The 2014? Was that?
Yeah. That was
you did. You did. Yes.
Yeah.
No.
It's my number 9 or 8 on my list.
Yeah, apologies. No. But I love 2014 for the one segment they have that they're using all their songs and they transform it into jazz music. Like.
Yeah, I even talk about like Paru. She's looked it up. It looks like something from Cirque du Soleil's Kingdom. I've seen Kingdom, and there's a part in Kingdom that's like that. And I'm wondering if they got inspiration.
They did the ponytail to Choo-Choo, right? Yeah. With the umbrella, like
That was beautiful.
So my apologies, you got it. So there are no concerts that I'm thinking they should be on this list. It's awesome. like even you put the like we already talked about Takamina's graduation concert. Oh, Yeho is gone.
Yeho disappeared. No, he had to go watch a concert.
No, I'm back.
Okay.
Battery problems, you know.
Oh boy. Yeah, you're using your other device than your normal PC. This is maybe a preview for you guys, folks. Yeho is going next week to Japan, so he's testing out how the device will work during the podcast, and so far so good.
Can't wait.
So we're looking forward to that, having his opinions in Japan.
Yes, yeah, yo, go to AKB Cafe and do it.
Yeah,
You
go
should do
for
the
it.
podcast list from there. That would be so amazing. It would be so like great for what we're doing.
Have
And then
some
until you get kicked out, anyways.
have
Until
some
I
liquid
kicked out.
hate on Gino ZX's mind.
Oh, dear.
Ah.
Still the
Oh,
problem
man.
over there.
We got even
Um,
salt ketchup out there.
yeah, but yeah, the concerts are great. What I want to talk about, by the way, before we skip this entirely, we do have a graduation announcement from
I,
this
yep.
week.
Yeah.
Chin 2.0 or Agasa Moe.
Yeah, Agasa Moe announced her graduation from Team K.
Mm.
So, opinions. What do you think?
I'm gonna start out on this one. I kind
Go
of
ahead.
feel really sad actually, because I still have the feeling that she wasn't given the opportunity at all. She was always there, but she wasn't pushed that much by management. And to be quite honest, it kind of pissed me off because she is one of the best dancers I know in the
Yes.
AK48 group, and how management treated her, I'm really pissed off about it. She should have been given the proper opportunity to showcase her dance because she was, along with Tano Yuka, she's one of the best dancers in AKB. Period.
Mhm.
But that's how
Yeah.
I think about it.
Yeah,
Sorry.
the thing is with her, when she first came into AKB, and I think this is really the big thing in her audition, she looked a lot like Itano Tomomi. The problem was, the problem is in later life, Itano Tomomi was gone from AKB. So you have a lookalike, and then the thing is with lookalikes, it works when the original person is there. You know, like when the Mayus are making fun of each other,
Yeah.
like going like voicing like that, stuff like that. But when that person leaves, you don't have the original, and then the fans are like, "Well, you're just copying Tomomi," and that the Tomochin, and that was the main problem with her. I think that was her main stick, and she didn't find a new, character-wise under. She's a great dancer, but on personality, she was more like in Team 4 even. She was the background. When the Three Musketeers made some jokes with her on request hour, she was like there. Yeah, like yes, I'm here. I'm just gonna be in the background. She didn't step forward, and she's a great dancer. She does
Yeah.
stuff, but she never had that appeal of I'm
Mm.
going to rank higher or just I want to be in the songs. It's like you have those members. Your members are okay with just I'm just happy to perform, and I think she knew that. There's like I want to go pursue my career in dancing or dance, but not be in AKB because I feel like I'm getting hold back in AKB, and it's a good sign from her. So she knew when to graduate, in my honest
Mm.
opinion.
That's very interesting.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. What do you think?
I'm really sad because that's Mako's best friend. Like she
That's
always
right.
talks.
Yes. Right.
She always talks about like how she's a good senpai, even though like fans doesn't see that. Like behind the scenes, she's always there to support Mako. Cause like before, remember like Mako was the center. Like when they went to
Right.
Team
Right.
K,
Right.
when Mako went to Team K, which was that Hajimeta no Drive MV music video was awesome, by the
Lol.
way. That
Right. Right. Right.
that 5 second video of Mako just like smiling.
Mhm.
Like she found like in Team K because like Mako was still new and like it was loaded with just aces. Like remember when Mako was transferred to from 4 to K? Like it was just filled with aces like Sayane, Harupi, Jurina, freaking Mako, like every single one of
All
them
the
was
aces, yeah, all the
Yeah,
aces of all the
pretty much
sister
so.
groups.
Mhm.
Cause like Oshima Yuko graduated, like management panicked. Like, yeah, we need all these aces in one team.
That's right.
Fill them up,
Yeah.
fill them up, throw them all there in there. And Team K was strong when all
Mm.
the
But it
King
was
positions
outpowered
up.
power. They were strong though.
Yeah.
The power was borrowed, so it wasn't that their own identity pretty much.
Mm. But yeah, what
But,
what
like-
Diego is saying, the certain
Like,
members
yeah.
were put into the background because of it.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
But like, cause she had like so much pressure. Like, the only person she knows from Team 4 that's with her the whole time in K was like Moe, I guess a Moe,
Yeah.
and like she was always there to support Mako. Like, yeah, I'm here behind you, blah blah blah. But like, she tweeted. I don't think she tweeted about it. She probably lined her or something. But like, I guess Moe is just a supporting cast for Mako, and like without her gone now, it's like gonna be sadder for Mako. Like, you need someone else, like not like Miki or Nachan beside you all the time. You need someone like who's not beside you all the time, like supports you. Like, I think she's gonna do that better now, but like you need her still in AKB for me.
Well,
that's what I think.
wow.
So,
Yeah.
to be honest, she does have someone at her back, and that's the freaking Sokantoku that she has. When I look at Twitter,
Yeah,
that's
a
what I mean,
lot
like,
of pictures of
other-
Yui and Mako together just
yeah.
hanging out.
Yeah.
I mean, like other members, like
true.
lesser known. I mean, that's,
Oh, right.
Yeah.
less popular. I mean,
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, right. I get that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
understand what
like
you're saying.
I'm of the exact opposite opinion, I guess, as everyone here, because I personally I've never liked her, not even a little bit.
Right.
And I feel like it doesn't really affect me that much that she's graduating. Like, I mean, I understand completely everyone's reasons for feeling the way they do, and totally respect it, totally. But I guess for me, it's like, there was, I believe, a scene in No Flower Without Rain where there's all a bunch of girls in the circle, and I want to say Moe was in that circle, and they asked, who do you want to be like?
Yeah.
And she said Tomo-chan, and I thought, and then of course it was interesting that the person asked the question, like, none of you said Maeda, why not? And they're like, well, because she's gone. But Moe is striving for Tomo-chan, and Tomo-chan never historically was able to get to the level that I think she should have been at. And in fact, even in my recent list, I talk about that, how I think, it was sad that it took Tomo-chan's graduation for her to be the center of a concert, when I felt Tomo-chan easily could have been the center of AKB many times over for a lot of different reasons. Except maybe the personality thing. She didn't have that so much because she was very much, she was Tomo-chan. She just, princess. She was a him.
I would
She's a him-
compare Tomo-chan more like the Western pop stars.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
like a Ariana Grande, to be honest.
Yeah.
So in that sense, maybe it was good that she wasn't the center for anything in AKB, but Moe was striving for that. So it's like, okay, this was your idol in the idol group. That's cool, but look what happened to Tomo-chan. You know what I mean? And she did go do her own solo thing. And Moe, why aren't you doing your own solo thing? So, you're finally going to do that? Great. And as far as dancing goes, good. You like Tomo-chan, go be your backup dancer. That's all I gotta say. I mean, and then maybe learn from
Could
her.
be in
and
the
then
future.
Yeah.
I mean, could be. And good for her. I mean, if she has something more for herself and she wants to do the solo thing, then she truly has completed her path to be like Tomo-chan. So in that sense, I mean, kudos to her. Although, like you said, Yayo, it is sad that she won't be there, I guess, for the friends level that she had with people like Kojimako and stuff. Kojimako's on her own now. But do you think Kojimako's going to graduate? Because I kind of got the feeling like she wasn't exactly happy anymore either. I just got that feeling. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong on it, but
I don't think so.
no. Okay, good.
I think
I don't know.
I think you're onto something though, because the thing is with this year's Sosenkyo, Nachan passed her, and
Right. Right.
and that never
I could
happened
see
before.
why though.
Yeah,
Right?
it feels. I think she's still like, all right, I'm still in Undergirls. If next year's Sosenkyo for Kojimako doesn't feel like an increase, maybe there's a chance she's like, okay, she's still getting work. Like in Tentomachu still center, of course, with the new latest song. Still doing stuff, still on variety shows. Still loving work, but yeah, I can see maybe in a recent future she will. Don't know if this keeps up. It feels like
Right, like I just think like because we see a pattern here with all these girls that graduate. They start out, they have these high expectations, they don't meet them, then they start to settle for lesser expectations, then they fall into a rut and they're seemingly good, but the thing that keeps them going are their friends in AKB, and they're like, well, this is fun, I'm with my friends, and I don't got to go work at the Mossberger. So I'm gonna stay in AKB, and then their friends leave, and then they're lonely as all heck, and then they start to feel maybe resentful towards some of the other members, or then they just start distancing, and then they're like, yeah, there's nothing else for me here. See ya. And that seems to be a trend with some of these girls, especially the younger generation, who they're inheriting an AKB that was built already for them. So what's there for them? It's only to progress forward. Like if you got to think about it, like the younger, like the golden generation of AKB, they had something to strive for, and they had that energy, and there was that. As soon as the people started filling up the theater, there was that palpable, kinetic feeling like we're doing something here. Guess what? They already did it. That means we're 10 years now in AKB. What's left? And if you're a newer girl coming into AKB48, especially these newer gens, oh my God, like, what do you do? How do you improve? And the only way you can do it at this point is to be extremely talented musically or dancing wise, and to really get known for that, which that right there is going to be hard, because just about every girl in AKB can do one of those two things. They're either good dancers, they can sing, contrary to what, the outside world thinks. They actually can do that. Or you're really beautiful, but guess what? AKB48 is full of beautiful girls. So what do? You stay because you're with your friends, the people you go up with, and when they leave, and you're never in Senbatsu, you miss out on Junkin because you suck at doing the Junkin. Like, what do you have? What do you have? Right? And some of these girls have been there for a while. That's what happened to them. Like Moe, like she just never, because of all the things you guys said, she never was able to strive forward.
If it was me there, and I've been there for maybe a couple of years,
right?
And I don't see improvement, and it's like, you know.
What am I doing?
I think the hardest part, and you can see those in documentaries and stuff like that, is at handshake events.
Right.
You are obligated to be at your stand in a certain amount of time, even though in those hours no one shows up. You're still
break your heart.
And you have to do that every week, every time, and then no one shows up, maybe one or two, and if that keeps it in your mind, and like you're thinking, what am I doing wrong? I'm doing dancing okay, the lessons are okay, it's like, but you're missing something, and frustration builds up, and suddenly it just bursts out, and then it's time like, I can't do this anymore. I don't feel happy anymore, and then it's like, I got to do something else. And when the moment they find something else, maybe I'm going in that direction, or they have opportunity to go in different directions. Like, money isn't that important. I want to be happy, so I'm doing this, and that's why they graduate.
Or okay, and 2 points to add to that, just really super quick. Can you imagine having a sensei like Anna Sensei in SKE, and like how she? Can you imagine that girl, like a woman like that, railing in your ears every practice, and you know the moves down pat, and she's still saying you suck because she wants you to be better. Can you imagine that? And then you're alone. You don't have any of your friends there to complain to about Anna Sensei. And next thing you know, you're literally, that's all you hear. Who would want that? So that's one thing. And two, personally though, and I'm gonna do a whole 360 on this, I would say, like, if I was an AKB member, even if I was an absolute nobody, back of the line, always at the back of the theater, I'd still prefer that than normal life. But that's just me. Some of these girls, they're young, they're 15, 16 years old. They don't see that far into the future of what real life is like. They don't understand what it means to have to pay bills. So, or maybe they do, which is why they're in the group. I mean, I actually want to talk about Nogizaka for a minute in that sense.
Okay,
gotcha right away.
But I would say most of these girls don't eat. They live with their parents. They're coddled. So.
But before you go to Nogizaka, I want to say about HKT48 documentary, like in the very start.
Oh yes.
And I'm bad because I don't know her name right now. Her name is slipping my mind. But there's the girl. It's like, you see this, like the Senbatsu member was taking pictures for, I think a CD cover or something like that. And then Sashi is in the crowd, and you see this one girl peeking. It's like, hey, are there people in your, it's like, why are there people in my theater? She was saying. And like, this girl is always at the theater, never been in the Senbatsu, never ranked, but she's like the fill-in for the Senbatsu members who don't show up. She knows every song, like every steps for every position. That's amazing you can do that. But that girl is unknown, because like right now, I don't even know her name right now currently. But in the documentary, she does get her comeuppance, and she does get finally, like, the documentary single she can perform in there. and she has like the multiple sections, so it happens out. But yeah, there are girls who are like, I know everything in the theater. This is my theater. I know the steps, everything like that. But they never get mentioned, never get named. I think that's the main problem.
Yeah.
But yeah, about money, Nogizaka 46, indeed.
Oh my God! So,
oh boy,
what's Nanami, right? Like, I watched that interview where she talks about her reason for graduating and the fact that she was in Nogi for money because she basically wanted to support her younger brother, get him to college, and she came from a family where they couldn't even afford to keep some of their utilities on. And I literally felt like I was going to break down. In fact, I did. I kind of got a little teary-eyed even with her because I was thinking, like, this is a girl who I think is amazing for doing what she did. She turned out to be really impressively good in Nogi, one of the more popular members. And she came flat out and was like, yeah, I did this because I needed money, but now I got to move on. And Banana Man, they were very gracious to her, I thought, and I thought they were extremely polite to her, but they also kind of played devil's advocate. And they were like, well, what are you going to do now? Oh, wait, you're going to get married, aren't you? Because this is why and she's like, no. And they're like, yeah, in a month you're going to like, oh, sumimasen, I got a ring. But I started thinking, like, what are you going to do now, though? Like, honestly, because if you were doing this for money and your mom wrote you a letter and said, we're good, what about you? You're going to go work a job?
Yeah. Recently, there was an episode about that on Nogi Bingo.
Okay.
Like, what part-time job would you like to do before you go into... Before you got into Nogizaka 46. Yeah.
What?
There are parts in that, like someone want to go to the McDonald's, and it's like the basic knowledge is not there at moments.
Yep.
And it's funny, and it's funny to see Ikoma Rina in a maid cafe and going completely nuts with Akimoto Manatsu. It's just great moments in there. But like you said, some of the girls have the ambition to have like a normal life because. Like we talk about this, but idol life is pretty rough, and maybe we don't know how it feels. And like less sleep, with lots of work, lots of keep up, and it's just like, and money isn't everything. And I can certainly talk for that. I'm a person in that situation that money is I would like to have more money, but it doesn't mean like I can't live my life with it. So
I could care less about money, and honestly, I'm more about I live my life because I want to be creative. And creativity is number one for me, but unfortunately, you got to have money to be able to live a life where you can be creative, it seems.
Yep.
But when you're a 14-year-old girl in Japan and you're coddled by your parents and you're able to be an idol, your biggest stressors are learning the dance moves and getting along with other members and figuring out how the heck you're going to stand out so anybody even knows your name. And I can think maybe after so many years, people like Moe were like, okay, people know me, but they don't know me in the way I want to be known, or I haven't attained the position I feel I deserve, so I'm going to leave and I'm going to do my own thing. And true Tomochin style, like the idol that she was entering AKB4. So good for her. But I would say, and again, to point the 360 thing, like I honestly think as rough as the idol life would be, even if I had some like Anna Sensei yelling in my ears, I would still stay because I know what it's like to live real life. And I know, like, because it's easy to say this now. If I was 14 and a young AKB girl, I probably wouldn't say this.
Exactly.
But in hindsight, I want some of these girls, these parents, the parents of these girls should be like, you don't understand what real life is like. Just go be an idol and just enjoy it while you can. And be like Margo. Stay till you're like 26 or 27.
Although, in the Nogizaka documentary.
Yes. Yes.
Was it Nogizaka? No. It was Keikizaka. And we're going to talk about Keizaka 46 in a bit here.
Yes.
There was this member, the 1.5 generation member, who passed the final audition. And we're like there was one more part in the audition, like the final members. But her mom called the company, and what are you doing, by the way? What are you type? Yeah, it's like it's making this noise. So stop that. It's like crunchy noise. I'm like, what is that? Like maybe you're typing, but anyway. So her mom from this member is like called the company and it's like, no, come home now. I don't want you to be an idol. The parents didn't expect she was getting that far into the group. It's like, no, I don't want this life for you. You're not allowed to be an idol. So they pulled her out, and she didn't appear at the final audition. But she was like heartbroken. She's like, I really want to do this. I can do this. And it's like, and it took them a while, but they called like the staff again. It's like, is there a chance for her to get in there? And they allowed her to audition, and it's like 1.5 generations. She's now in the group, and she has a good position in the Kizaka 46 group. But yeah, it can go from two ways. You have parents who are like afraid, like, no, 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 no. Idols, it's like they can't do it, but she showed how Nogizaka works, and it's like, okay, it looks great, and if you can perform on that level, then it works. But yeah, if it was me and like in the life experience, I would say, just go for it, work hard. Yeah. Like this is a solid job. If you can do your best and just keep up, you don't have to be the number one, but if you have a solid position, you can just have a good life.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
totally
you usually learn that part later in life than when it needed. It's like in those age groups, in the idol groups, it's hard to know those life lessons because you have never experienced them before.
Yeah, I totally agree with that, and I would just say to the girl in Nogizaka, I wish her all the best in whatever she ends up doing. I'm not like the biggest fan of Nogi, so I don't, I don't really follow, but I felt that was an incredibly bare, naked, honest discussion. And when she, Hashimoto Nanami she's gonna be a great person in life, and like she already is. And I know that might sound like a really weird thing to say, but I think her heart was in the right place for doing the idol work. I just think she, any girls like Moe or anyone that's thinking about graduation should really understand what they're doing, and they should really think about the blessing and the gift that they really have. Even if you're a nobody member that is in row 5 of the group, you're still doing something so creative and so amazing. You're part of history now. And the only thing you can really think about in these terms is, how can I make AKB better? And that's the real challenge. I think Sashi understands this really well, which is why she's constantly trying to do different things, like Sashi Du Soleil, for example. Like just different takes on what's already the fans have experienced.
Or even...
That's the challenge.
Or even in HKT rotating centers, because she basically airdropped Hana-chan to be this new center of HKT, even though she wasn't really prepared for it.
Yeah, and what about the latest single? Yeah, the latest single that like
she becomes center.
Exactly.
These Senbatsu members are out. 4th generation. Here you go. Here's your Senbatsu moment. Like, and people are like, what about these members? They were doing great. Why are they out of Senbatsus? Like,
we gotta think for the future, pretty much.
Yeah. But it's not saying that they're definitely out. It's just for this single, and it's just like thinking of like going for all fronts.
What can they do on their own? Yeah, what can they do on their own besides the senpai members, pretty much? So,
I would, and to add to what you're saying, I would say like AKB48 as a whole group, what they need to do, and we've talked about this before, but just it does bear repeating, is they need to have more variety shows so we can get more into the girls themselves. We need our lovely subbers like Ayo to get on that and make sure that we all us Japanese challenge folks can enjoy it more. But also they need to really focus on the lesser known members, because give them a chance to bring AKB to maybe a new level, like the Yamada Nanamis of the world that do things that, like, even something as simple as having hand gestures give us a little different angle of AKB, and so on and so on. Okada Nana, everything she has done, even Jirina and Showroom, and with the amazing time that she had making a song with her fans, little things like that will bring AKB48 to next level. But I think overall, you gotta understand, if you're in this group, you have a big challenge. I think it's almost even bigger than the Golden Gen, because their direction was straightforward. Let's just get AKB to be the greatest group ever. They're the greatest group ever. Now what do you do?
It's harder to be individual. It's harder for an individual to stand out more, because there are so many of them.
Yeah. Very good.
Okay. We have about 7 minutes left.
I don't have a problem this time. I still don't even get to talk about the Nazi uniforms.
We quickly, Kizaka 46. 2 things. Their new single, I listened to it, and it's amazing. It's just Kizaka 46 singles is just going. They're hitting it out of the park every time, and they really, really sold me. I expect that Silent Majority will win this year's Tokyo Awards. That's how far I'm saying it. Even though with the scandal that came out last year, with the Exile being bribed to win. Because actually Bokutachi Watata Kanai should have won, apparently. Like most fans were, or most people are expecting. But yeah, they took a bribe, and now it's like, oh, we apologize. So maybe AKB still gets an award, but interesting. But yeah, Keikizaka 46 with the Nazi uniforms. We talked about this last week. Hopefully it dies out, because I don't think it's much of a big deal anymore than it already came out. But what's your opinion on this in 4 minutes?
Right. Okay, yeah. So super quick, it's already been discussed. It's gonna be old news in a month. But I will just say this: with the Keikizaka, their outfits, I looked at it very closely. I looked at their hat, and particularly, with the eagle and the wreath and the triangle. Okay, what most people don't understand is Keikizaka 46 was supposed to be called Torizaka 46. That's their very first incarnation. Actually, it was a last-minute change to Keikizaka. And if you think about it, the Tori actually means eagle's nest or bird. I really strongly believe that the management and stuff, they weren't trying to do anything Nazi or fascist. It was actually, I think, a very clever tribute to the fact that it used to be called Torizaka. Because what was in the wreath? It wasn't the swastika. It was the logo, their sign. And if you think about it in those terms, I'm just gonna say it right now that I think it was a very innocent, they were thinking more like, oh, we're gonna pay tribute to Tori, to the fact that we are, we were supposed to be the bird group.
Yeah. But I gotta say, staff members, even if it was one of them, should have checked, like, is this okay? Like, I've learned at school there's something wrong with this, I believe. So it's still a major slip up. I get what they were trying to message, because Keikizaka is still like in this army type. You have Nogisaka, who's like the classy idol, and they have the opposite, who's like the so you have the private school, that's Nogisaka 46, and you have the army school, and that's Keikizaka 46. Yeah. That's how it's portrayed, how the idols are portrayed. Like AKB are the sailor. Like the sailor outfit school, the normal high school idols.
And they're in a struggle to be number one, because now they're in the big leagues with Nogi and with AKB. How do you strive? So I thought it was like, we're doing it. And by the way, they are, like, they're getting ridiculous. That third single, oh my god, like that falsetto in the chorus, holy crap!
I love the outfits already, so I want to see the MV so bad.
Me too. Can't wait for it.
I'm not a big fan of Nogisaka. I'm still getting into there. Like certain members, like Akimoto Manatsu is one of my favorites, and of course Shimai and stuff like that. I'm getting into there in Nogisaka. Not into the songs yet, but Keikizaka at the start, it's like, I like this. I really want to see where they are going. So I'm pumped up for this next song, and I'm expecting to see them at Kohaku as well. Not Kohaku Utagassen or something like that. Even though AKB48 is going to perform Silent Majority, I'm saying it now, at Kohaku Utagassen. They are practicing for it every time I watch Showroom. Someone is singing Silent Majority.
Actually, talking about Showroom though, I know the Nachan sisters were doing a karaoke Showroom.
I watched it.
This particular song got requested multiple times. It was Temo Temo no Namida. But they really refused to do it on the showroom. So I'm expecting Temo Temo no Namida by Okada sisters.
They'll do it for their Kohaku, or they'll do it for Request Hour. And if they do it, I'll be so happy, because those two sisters, they will kill it. They will kill it. But
I was already killing it with her sister already. So yeah, I really want to see that. I really want to see it.
Love it.
So I'm calling it right now. They're going to do that song.
Yeah, interesting though. I mean, the good times are coming up, so I can't wait for Kohaku Utagassen. Kohaku and Kohaku Utagassen and Tokyo Music Awards. I wonder if they're going to take the award from Exile from last year and just give it to AKB48. It still sucks that there was a scandal in this world, but yeah, a bribe. How surprising. But I wonder what this year will be, and I think this year there will be Keikizaka 46 taking the title, because Silent Majority was such a big hit for their first song. It was like in one day, million views, stuff like that. So
just a question, just a question, Joe. Was Sanbyaku Dichi no Kamihikoki no Kamihikoki, was this year or last year? The Asaga Kita opening theme, because that one was pretty big as well. But was last year? Last year.
Yeah, but it
November.
It didn't count because the thing was cut off, I think, October.
Yeah.
So it didn't count. So it counts as this year too.
Okay.
I don't think it will get there though. It's just too late, I think. It needs to be hyped and in sales.
Well, true.
Nah.
I don't know, man.
But alright. We got it wrapped up, this episode. So I'm just going quickly to this. Everybody, just go follow us on Twitter. You see the handle names right there: RaceBali, DXTakamina, and UKM48Yeho. Just message us and we'll message right back. If you have information topic you want to talk about anything, just message us and we'll answer. And of course, go to DerekVasconi.com with the mentioned top 10 concert list. It's a very, very, very long and good read to listen about AKB48 concerts. With that, next week, Yeho will be in Japan and we'll try maybe a episode. I don't know for sure, but we'll see it. So look forward to that. And thank you for watching this week's of 48 Talk and see you next time.
I'll be in the Team concert in Philippines!
No!